And I'm sitting here looking at a city like LA or like Chicago or New York, and I'm saying, when is enough enough? We've had 50, 60
But
million
that's
people.
that's my question to you is how do you even say when enough is enough? Like how on your side, I understand your perspective, but where is it for you or for me or for anyone to say this is enough? Because this country also was founded on that basis of immigrants.
Well, I would push back on that a little bit. I would say that when the country was founded, it was almost all English people. It was
Yeah.
almost all Northern Europeans, and almost all Protestants too. So it was ethnically homogeneous, racially homogeneous, religiously and culturally homogeneous. On all four of those cylinders, you had uniformity. And then you're right. In the 19th century, it was no longer ethnically homogeneous because Germans and Southern Europeans and Eastern,
Italians.
that I'm
Yeah.
Italian too. I'm
Yeah.
half Italian. Yeah. We started coming in. And then in the turn of or I guess midway through the last century, then other races started coming in with other religions. And I guess the country has changed over time. There's no disputing that. And the changes are baked in. We're never going back in some sense. And I don't think it's even possible. But when you say it's enough is when they no longer are assimilating. When you start to feel like what America is, it starts to become uncertain. Does it mean speaking English? Does it mean being Christian? Does it mean having certain European values or constitutional values for that matter? A lot of the people coming in, they contest these things. And so you look at a city like LA, where, a few weeks ago, they're waving the Mexican flag, burning cars, protesting that illegals are being deported. You say, is this a free for all or is this a country? Or even in Texas, they want to build like a giant Muslim community center where people say that's going to be like Sharia law. There's going to be a giant mosque in the middle of it. Or in other places, they build a giant Hindu temple with huge statues. And you say, is America a whole? Is it a country? Or is it a patchwork of all these grafted nationalities where they kind of set up little India, little Somalia in Minnesota, little Mexico? And I think it's kind of undermining our national coherence.
But who is to decide what that is?
Well, ultimately, the people of the country, I mean, we
Yeah.
have a system where people vote. And I think that that's really what the Trump election was about. I think in 16 and 20, and even in some sense in 24, it was a referendum on what do we want America to be? Because Hillary Clinton said, forward, it's going to be the future is female and more diversity and more wokeness and more gayness and more everything. And Trump said, no, we're in a sense going back. We're making America great again. There's like this recurrence. And I think that was a big referendum